Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Sleepy Hollow, Season 2, Episode 4, Go Where I Send Thee. I'm your host, Dom, and with me is my co-host, the Pied Piper herself, Cleo.
Hello.
How goes it?
Good.
Good. I like your one-note flute there.
My one-note flute.
It's like a one-trick pony.
One-trick pony.
Why only the one note?
It's broken. It's cracked all the way down, so technically 2 notes
Oh.
when you hold every single one down, but other than that, it's like... It's like it.
Oh. Can't you fix that?
I guess. It's really old, though.
So it's broken just
I
like
don't know how to play it.
It's broken just like the flute from the show tonight.
Snap.
Don't break that! So, how'd you like this episode?
I liked it. It was pretty good. I don't think it lived up to the last couple episodes, but it had a lot of character moments and very interesting villain.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those side plot stories. Didn't really advance the major plot all too much. A little bit at the end in the asylum, kind of bit like we got some flashes of that. It was I always forget the name of the guy in the asylum.
Captain Irving. I cannot remember his first name for the life of me, but
Yeah.
Irving is his last name.
Yeah, Captain Irving. We got that flash, that dream sequence of him being a demon or whatever it was, like running through and like slaughtering people.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I feel like that's a premonition.
Mm-hmm.
More than it is a dream.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that'll pan out.
He wasn't asleep. He picked the book up, it got lit on fire, and he saw all these images. So that was, if not a direct premonition, definitely Moloch or Henry being like, hey, you kind of sold your soul. This is what you're in for.
Yeah, that seemed like the major plot point of this episode. Everything else, it was pretty much filler.
Yeah, I mean, except for the flute. The flute obviously was important.
Right. The flute
and the
itself.
And there was a lot of character stuff between Team Witness and Holly? Holly? Yeah.
Which one was Holly again?
He's the collector, the blonde.
Oh, yes.
Nathan Drake.
Nathan
Indiana
Drake.
Jones.
He is kind of like a Nathan Drake.
His outfit is Nathan Drake without the scarf.
This is true. They're supposed to have an Uncharted movie coming out, I think.
And only reason I noticed that was because at Comic-Con I saw like a million Nathan Drakes.
Nice.
Easy costume.
Yeah. So this episode focused mainly around the Pied Piper itself. How did you think it stood up against the other interpretations of the Pied Piper legends?
Different interpretations of the Pied Piper. I don't know many. Besides actual Pied Piper and Peter Pan.
Yes.
But it was really unique. I like the freaking sonic boomstick.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
It was like what's that tube that you see kids, or what is it, usually around like the 4th of July or something, that they have those hollow plastic sticks that they swirl around and it kind of makes that same kind of noise.
I don't actually know what you're talking about.
No?
No.
I don't know. Okay. It's not like a stick so much as it is like, I don't know. I guess.
I mean, his weapon had like holes in it, like it was a flute.
Right.
When he spun it around, the force of the wind blowing through it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's some kind of kid's toy that's like that. You see it around like parades and different things like that more so than anything.
Mhm.
but they're super annoying. And
I would imagine.
yeah, I was even annoyed as a child by them. It's not even like I thought it was fascinating, and now I'm turning into like that resentful, person that's just like, get off my lawn. No,
Well,
I'm
you are.
no, I I never found them appealing in the first place.
No,
But
I was just saying you're an old man saying get off my lawn.
wow, wow. But the flute itself was kind of interesting. The fact that it was crafted
Yeah.
from bone.
Well, it was a new bone for each child that was abducted.
Right. So
So the current flute was the previous abducted child's bone. What did they say they used? Their femur? Their
I think it was their
um
femur.
yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it was their femur.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of creepy when you think about Ichabod
Very
blowing into
Ichabod playing it? Yeah.
yeah,
Very,
some
very
dead girl's
creepy.
femur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the Piper was also one of Moloch's demons, which
Yeah, I didn't should have realized
I
he
know.
does rule purgatory, but
It's so obvious
didn't realize he
now.
had other demons. Like we've only seen the horsemen really that are his go do bad things on Earth.
Right.
But apparently there are more less important ones of their running around of their own accord.
Yeah, I mean, it's so obvious now that it was Moloch's demon that we're like, why didn't we think of that? But we were just kind of under the impression that it was. I don't know. Did we even call out that it was going to be a demon, a creature? I think it said it was a creature in the
Yeah,
synopsis last week.
creature.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I weighed in on what I thought it was, but it's got to be acting on its own because Henry has to go through what's his name to get the flute.
The collector. We'll just call him the collector. It's
Collector.
easy enough to remember.
Holy, whatever. But he had to go through him to get the flute. If he was one of Moloch's demons, why couldn't he just roll up and be like, "Hey, bro, can I has your flute? You're done with it, right?"
Yeah, I was interested in the fact that Team Witness, I can't Abby, Abby even agreed to give him the flute in the first place. I was like, what are you doing?
I mean, she knew that woman. She owed that woman a lot, and I think just getting the child was her priority. She didn't even want to think ahead. Like, she knew she just had to go get that child.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand that, but you don't want to cross somebody like the collector, Holly, whatever his name is, like,
But I mean, Holly's not going to end up being the problem. It's going to be Henry.
It is definitely Henry, but Holly is an obstacle in the meantime, and it's somebody you don't want to piss off.
I guess.
You don't want any more complications than you need, especially when it comes to dealing with the supernatural, which it seems he's very adept at collecting or gaining information on.
And then completely ignoring all of the evidence he sees with his own two eyes.
Right. However,
I want to know when he's gonna just finally be like, yeah, okay, this is real. Sign me up.
well, he's got to know now. Like, he was just attacked by this demon thing.
But no, he denied it. He was still like, oh, whatever. I still don't think he completely believes. I think he's still in denial. I could have gotten the wrong impression from it, but
I don't know. I mean, if that was me in that situation, I'd be like, "Yep, I just saw some shit."
Yeah. Give me my money and my beer.
I mean, couldn't they have leveraged him and saying, like, Abby could have been like, I said when the girl's safe. She's not safe with this guy running around. He's gonna come back for her. We have to finish this. And then, cut the deal, whatever. Even if she was still gonna break it at that point. But she just accepted the fact that she's escaped for the time being, and that's acceptable. I don't know, that seemed a little flawed to me.
Yeah, but also he was being a little belligerent. He's like, give it to me now. I'm going to get my money.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, he did agree to help the girl, so he's not a complete dick.
Yeah. Not a
Just the
complete dick.
partial one.
There's a lot of there. Yeah, he's just selfish.
He's a self-serving dick.
Yeah.
If it doesn't benefit him, in some way, shape, or form, because he did say the reason why he was looking in the woods anyway was for the flute.
Yeah.
And then he happened to see the girl, and that's why he was
connected to the flute.
Right. So he wasn't exactly saving her out of the goodness of his heart. He was in it for the flute the whole time.
Yeah.
But then that goes to bring me to, like, what exactly is so special about the flute, right? We see it, we know that it's the bone, right? And we know that this has been a curse on this family, like, this whole time. It's been generations. They traced it back to, like, the 1800s, I think, when they were looking up the town records and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure Ichabod knew family. Yeah, no, Ichabod said he knew the man, and he was a dick. Or he was a... What was it? Who was the original Lancaster? Not the original, but, the one who started the curse. I don't remember exactly what Ichabod said, but he said he wasn't a nice guy. He did a bunch of bad things.
Right. Yeah, so, like, other than the fact that it's been, like, this family bone that's been passed down through this curse, and it's technically not even a curse, it's just the demon going to collect it, It's not really a curse, so to speak. That's on the demon. So I don't know. Maybe a pact was made with the original Lancaster. I wasn't quite clear on how that originally started.
I think that the Pied Piper, whoever he was in life, was wronged, and then made a deal with Moloch, came back, and that's the curse. The curse was the deal with Moloch.
Right, but I don't know why it targeted that one specific family.
Oh, because the original Lancaster was a dick.
That's the entire reason? There's a lot of people that are dicks.
Yeah, but I'm sure that...
I'm a dick. Does that mean I'm going to get cursed for the rest of my life?
Well, if your dicketry is pointed at a certain person who makes a deal with a demon, then yeah, probably.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. Just make sure nobody you wrong makes a deal with the demon.
But then we had... we saw Henry at the end of breaking the flute up and eating it or whatever the hell he was doing with it. He tasted it. He sampled it. I have
a theory. Yeah, he tasted it.
What is your theory? After crushing this bone with the mortar.
Yeah. The flute, the physical flute itself was not important. It was the bone that it was made out of. Whatever properties that bone has can summon people or make them do things, has some sort of control. So I think he's making a potion or a gas bomb or something that's going to get a lot of people on his side really quickly. Because he needs to make his army really quick. That's
interesting. Because then I was wondering the flute, because when he was playing the flute, they ended up using a recording of it and listen on their phone and earbuds, so he could walk with her and keep her safe and protected, and just so he wasn't so distracted. But are they implying that the sound was not what was magical, but the bone itself was?
Maybe it's that specific sound played with that specific bone.
Because otherwise anybody could recreate that with, like, Pro Tools or something.
Yeah. Because I was thinking I was like, that can't work. It's working. Oh, okay. Maybe it's that they captured the sound. Maybe it's just that bone made that sound, and the recording still worked because it was a recording of that bone making that sound specifically. I don't know.
So it's not the note structure or anything. If you were to take your flute right there and play that, that's not going to...
I doubt it, yeah. I think it has to be that bone, because like I said, the flute's not important because Henry just ground it up. It's the bone that's got the magic.
Right.
Or curse or whatever.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that, because as much as this episode kind of was a big side plot, like I do see this bone, this powder coming into play on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, and this is the kind of filler episode that you need.
Right.
Like, it didn't rehash things. It gave you new information, but it didn't exactly advance the story. It just set everything up to be advanced in the future.
Yeah.
So we're ready to take that next step.
I'm really curious on the direction that they're going to go with Holly. The
Holy.
collector.
Yeah. Okay, because from listening to Abby say his name, I thought his name was Holy, Holy, but then I saw it written out and it's Hawley.
Right.
Holy. Like Holy.
It's a weird name.
Holy.
Sorry for anybody watching
Nick.
who's also named Holy.
Just call him Nick.
Nick? Why Nick?
It's his first name. Nick Holy.
Okay, so Nick.
But no one's ever called him that.
Till now. So, Holly, I'll never get used to saying that.
I know, it sounds weird.
I was really hoping, we were both discussing last week that he wasn't going to be a one-off character, and it looks like he's going to be like this overarching character that's going to stay at least for the rest of this season.
Yeah.
Or a good portion of this season.
Well, oops. I think he's going to be around this season, being used, by Henry and stuff. Henry's probably going to keep hiring him via other people. And then he's finally going to realize what's going on. He's going to get involved with this war. And then I hope he stays as part of Team Witness, because he would be a very awesome addition to Team Witness.
He would.
Because he's smart. Like, he's really smart. He's a dick, but he's really smart.
Even if he acts as an antagonist for a little while. He's still much needed.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen much of the new chief.
Reyes?
She's been absent. She was absent through this whole episode. Did we see a little of her last week?
Yeah, last week was Root of All Evil. She shot the lady at the bank.
Yeah, that's right.
She was almost killed by Jenny.
Right. So we got a little of her last week. We got nothing from her this week. We still saw Ichabod and Abby sneaking around a little bit, so they're still paranoid, so we know she's still around somewhere.
That was hilarious. She's like, get out of the bushes.
But that brings me to my all-time favorite scene this episode was Ichabod, quote-unquote, learning how to drive.
Oh, God. She's like, I know you've been driving. Damn the odometer.
He not only knew how to drive, he drove like he's a stuntman.
Well, that's because he was taking her car around while she wasn't there. Like, she saw on the odometer, she's like, you took my car without me.
Yeah, but I know plenty of people that can drive cars that can't drive them like that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure.
I want to know who's giving him lessons.
I don't know. No one?
Couldn't have been Jenny.
He's just that good.
He's just that good.
He's just that good.
He rivals Jason Statham in what was it? Driver?
I'm Transporter. I'm really waiting for the thing that stumps him. The thing that he can't figure out. Something that makes him look dumb. Because it's got to happen.
Yeah. I mean, we have, 13 episodes this season. We're on the 4th one.
Yeah.
So that's, 9 episodes left? So, we were debating a little bit at the beginning of the season whether or not we were going to get introduced to another horseman this season. The pace it's going at, I don't think we are. I think it's going to be the very end if we are, the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're in any danger of going anywhere. This is a Fox show. Fox tends to keep things around for quite a bit as long as it's doing decent. Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Don't talk to me about Fox.
Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Don't talk to me about Fox.
Why not?
One word, Firefly. That's it.
Yeah, and they learned from their mistakes.
No, they didn't. They canceled Dollhouse. They really didn't learn.
That's Whedon. That's Whedon.
Yeah.
They learned after Whedon.
After Whedon just gave up on them.
Pretty much. But yeah. So we had all that stuff we dealt with, and then Irving, he was really sticking up for Abby and Ichabod, until his family was threatened. At the very end of the episode, and Henry tells him to go look at the Bible, and he goes and looks, and then we get the flashback of him signing the lawyer papers, the contract in blood, and he realized that he actually signed his soul to the devil, which is what we were kind of questioning a couple episodes back. I think it was like two episodes back, episode 2, I think it was. We didn't quite know what he signed.
Yeah.
Now we know.
It's to be. I would assume that Henry would want to use him as like a chieftain of his army or something, because
he's not going to be the third horseman. We said
I know.
We said it.
I know.
It could be. We had 2 people from Ichabod's thing. We were guessing that the other 2 were from the other witness, Abby. So he's a huge part of Abby's life. Mm-hmm. So that would be one. And then,
I'm still convinced one of them is going to be one of Abby and Jenny's parents. The mother, maybe. Because Abby did say last episode that she gave into the darkness of Moloch at the end or something. Right. Something was said about her succumbing to the darkness in the end. So.
Yeah, I could see that. And that would be a pretty epic 4th horseman, in my opinion. So I think Irving will end up being the 3rd one.
He might, but I feel like the way the 2 horsemen that we have already have come to be is that they've died first.
There's nothing stopping them from killing Irving.
No, but it seems like the death has to somehow be the fault, directly or indirectly, of the witness. Right. Actually, both were indirect, right? No. Did Ichabod kill Abraham?
Yeah, he did, on the battlefield.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't they both die on the battlefield?
That was when he was already a horseman. I meant they had a duel, the 2 of them, in the forest, over Katrina.
Yes. I think he did end up finishing him. He stabbed him, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay, yes, then either directly or indirectly, as Henry's death was indirect, the fault of Ichabod.
Yeah. Yeah. Abby accidentally shoots him.
Yeah, maybe.
It's coming. It's coming. Mm-hmm. Did you have anything else this episode?
No, I mean, it was not a lot of significance to say, but the things that were significant, we already talked about. Yeah.
Like you said, this was pretty much a filler episode, but it was a much needed filler episode for little details that
it was useful,
that are going to be important on a much bigger scale. Anyway, next episode 5, is called The Weeping Lady. A woman from Ichabod Crane's past, surprise, surprise, comes to Sleepy Hollow in the form of an undead weeping lady, aiming to harm anyone in her path. Meanwhile, while Katrina and Crane learn unsettling things about each other's pasts, and Abby has some unexpected flirtatious encounters. So do you see Abby and Nick getting together?
Maybe, but they flirted already? Like, I didn't get that vibe from them.
No. I'm getting a stronger vibe from Ichabod and Abby than I am from anything.
Well, yeah, but that's not a romantic thing. That's a...
I don't know, the hot chocolate... What was it, the cappuccino scene?
That was hilarious.
I don't know, I felt a little flirtatious vibe going on there.
He's married.
He's married to a dead girl that was resurrected. I mean, he's dead too.
She wasn't dead. She wasn't dead.
Then how'd she get into purgatory?
They took her. Moloch took her into purgatory, didn't he? Or something like that. She was. The horseman took him into purgatory. Took her into purgatory.
I don't know. I was under the impression that she was dead and living in purgatory.
I don't think so.
I thought she got hunted or something.
I don't think so.
I'll have to look that up. After, I'll get it ready for next week. I'll find out for sure. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers this. So, it's kind of a short episode this week, but very enjoyable nonetheless. Cleo, where can the people find you?
You can find me on the internet at Cleomoto. All over places.
Excellent. You can find me down below at Phenomedom, Phenomedom. You can also...
That was awful.
Can you play me the penny whistle solo from My Heart Will Go On?
And I don't do music.
At first I thought you nailed that first note, and I was waiting for the far.
You're gonna go on.
I just had like near, and then it just kept going, and my brain wouldn't stop, and it just went near all the way through, and I'm like... You can also find us on Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, Google+, and right here on YouTube, /ASOTV podcast. For some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows.
It's so broken.
Until next week. See you guys later. That is the worst thing ever.
I told you it was broken.
Oh my god. It is worse than the recorder version of My Heart Will Go On. It is absolutely worse. 100%.
I don't know if it's the flute's fault or my fault for sucking.
We'll go with both.